Once upon a time, a ship caught in a storm in a sea. The ship caught destroyed, and all the passengers in it were drowned in the sea. Except one man, by grace of God, he survived somehow and came to the shore of the sea. After some time, when he regained his consciousness and his eyes opened, he found himself on a desolate island. As soon as the man woke up, he started praying to God and said, "Oh God, please help me, please send me some help." Days passed, but no help came for him. He spent his night sleeping on the beach. Last day, when he woke up, he again prayed to God, but no help came. A few days passed like this. By now, he had totally given up. Taking the life of desolate island as his feat, man started to collect some wood and grass and made a hut for himself. He collected things from the broken ship and kept them in the hut. He started surviving by eating coconut and fish on the island. Staying in the hut, he started spending his days. One day, he lit a fire and went in search of food. When he returned, he saw that his hut was on fire. He was very sad due to the destruction of his only shelter. In anger, he raised his head toward the sky and started containing God and said, "Oh God, I told you to send me some help, but you did not listen to my prayer. I had built a hut here to live and you burned that too. You were very cruel." He was very disappointed and he kept complaining God till night, and then he fell asleep on the seavage. In the morning, he was woken up by a noise which was very loud. When he opened his eyes, he saw that a ship has come to shore. He could not believe his eyes. He was very happy that at last help had come to him. He got on the ship and ship started sailing. After getting on the ship, the man asked the captain of the ship, "How did you know that? I am stranded here in this deserted island." Captain replied, "We saw a fire signal sent by you coming from the island. We understood that. There is someone on the island. That's why we came here." Man said, "But I did not send any fire signal." The captain said, "But we have come here only after seeing the fire signal." Just then, man remembered his burning hut. He understood that the fire signal which the captain was talking about was his burning hut. He understood that it was God's plan to get him out of the deserted island by putting his hut on the fire. He understood that God's plan is bigger than his plan for himself, and he started thanking God. If we see in our lives, we will find that we do a lot of planning in our life. But what we want does not happen, and what happens is not of our choice. We always try to understand the happenings in our life with our limited mind. When trouble befalls us, our faith starts to be ever. Patience start to break. Hopes start to fade, and we start complaining to God. While, in such times, one should try to get out of trouble by maintaining faith in God. In a world of over 7 billion people, God has a purpose and a plan for each and every one of us. We should keep doing our efforts by keeping faith in Almighty without losing heart. Our efforts and God's blessings together can get us out of every trouble. Therefore, whenever in your life you feel like your plan is failing, everything is happening against your wish, always remember that perhaps God has some other plan for you, and his plan is always bigger, bolder, and better than your plan for yourself. Once there was a sweeper in a well-known temple, and he was very sincere and devoted. Every time he saw thousands of devotees coming to take darshan of the Lord, he thought that the Lord is standing all the time and giving darshan, and he must be feeling very tired. So one day, very innocently, he asked the Lord whether he can take the place of the Lord for a day so that the Lord can have some relief and rest. The deity of temple replied, "I do not mind taking a break. I will transform you like myself, but you must do one thing. You must just stand here like me, smile at everyone, and just give benedictions. Do not interfere with anything and do not say anything. Remember, you are the deity and you just have faith that I have a master plan for everything." The sweeper agreed to this. The next day the sweeper took the position of the deity, and a rich man came and prayed to the Lord. He offered a nice donation and prayed that his business should be prosperous. While going, the rich man inadvertently left his wallet full of money right there. Now the sweeper in the form of deity could not call him, and so he decided to control himself and keep quiet. Just then a poor man came and he put one coin in the hundi and said that it was all he could afford, and he prayed to the Lord that he should continue to be engaged in the Lord's service. He also said that his family was in dire need of some basic needs, but he left it to the good hands of the Lord to give some solution. When he opened his eyes, he saw the wallet left by the rich man. The poor man thanked the Lord for his kindness and took the wallet very innocently. The sweeper in the form of the deity could not say anything, and he had to just keep smiling. At that point a sailor walked in. He prayed for his safe journey as he was going on a long trip. Just then the rich man came with the police and said that somebody has stolen his wallet, and seeing the sailor there, he asked the police to arrest him, thinking that he might have taken it. Now the sweeper in the form of deity wanted to say that the sailor is not the thief, but he could not say so, and he became greatly frustrated. The sailor looked at the Lord and asked why he, an innocent person, is being punished. The rich man looked at the Lord and thanked him for finding the thief. The sweeper in the deity form could no more tolerate, and he thought that even if the real Lord had been here, he would have definitely interfered, and hence he started speaking and said that the sailor is not the thief, but it was the poor man who took away the wallet. The rich man was very thankful, as also the sailor. In the night, the real Lord came and he asked the sweeper how the day was. The sweeper said, "I thought it would be easy, but now I know that your days are not easy, but I did one good thing." Then he explained the whole episode to the Lord. The Lord became very upset on hearing this, whereas the sweeper thought the Lord would appreciate him for the good deed done. The Lord asked, "Why did you not just stick to the plan? You had no faith in me. Do you think that I do not understand the hearts of all those who come here? All the donation which the rich man gave was all stolen money, and it is only a fraction of what he really has, and he wants me to reciprocate unlimitedly. The single coin offered by the poor man was the last coin he was having, and he gave it to me out of faith." The sailor might not have done anything wrong, but if the sailor were to go in the ship that night, he was about to die because of bad weather, and instead if he is arrested he would be in the jail, and he would have been saved from a greater calamity. The wallet should go to the poor man because he will use it in my service. I was going to reduce the rich man's karma also by doing this, and save the sailor also. But you cancelled everything because you thought you know my plan, and you made your own plans.